you saw today, I did go to an antique shop and for a bit of a walk while I was out running errands and whatnot today. Very beautiful today. It's quite cloudy as it did rain last night, and yeah, that's not gonna be the best weather for the week. I think today and maybe tomorrow it's supposed to be quite warm, but rest of the week rain. So yeah. But yeah, and I didn't get anything from the antique store. There was this nothing that really like caught my eye. I love beautiful things, but nothing where I was like I really want it. So yeah. But yeah, reading wise, I started Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I'm on page 200. And I'm sorry if you hear like a lawnmower or something. I'm on page 200, and so far I'm liking it so far. I'm liking kind of the discussion on like music and from afar, how it brings people together, how creatively like or like you might have an idea but then it will go off on its own. Like the initial idea might not be the final product when it comes to me, and I like that. And I also like how messy these characters are. Like we do have drug addiction and whatnot in here, and I don't know, these characters they're not perfect, but they just try to be good. So yeah, I do like that. And what I do find interesting is with events that occurred in this novel in the past, how people's perspective kind of plays an impact. And as well their memories, because people might remember an event differently than someone else. The thing someone's going for might impact like how they view an event, and as well what they think, their opinion of things might affect what they think of a person. Like there was a member of this band named Eddie who thought that Billy was a douchebag because he like controlled everything. Eddie wasn't happy with the way that their music was going. Like he wanted to go and rock and roll, and as well Eddie like kind of it seems like he's sexist in a way. Like he doesn't sound like Daisy and Karen's like involvement in his music, because they apparently bring a softer sound, and it's like not a harder sound that you associate with rock and roll, which I mean, probably I don't know. I don't listen to rock and roll, but yeah, and I don't know. I think this like with the 70s when everyone's like trying to be a hippie or like freedom or whatever. Daisy, like she kind of is involved in that. Like she walks around like barefooted. She will get on the stage without her shoes on. The way she dresses and acts, like I think it's like stuff you probably would associate with this time period. And as well, she really got into like the art, music scene really because she was tired of being amused to other people. Like other people would use her for their creative like process, and or she would say something and then they would use it, and it's like I've had enough. I want to do my own thing. I want to be my own person. So yeah, I do like it, and yeah, so far I am liking Billy and Camilla's relationship. How he might have fucked up in the past, but he's trying to be a good guy. But the fact like he had this addiction to drugs, to alcohol in the past. Now it seems like that's almost evolved to him being addicted to proving to Camilla, that he's a good husband, that he's a good father, that he's almost obsessed with trying to prove it to them and maybe to himself. Like he's afraid of what could happen if he doesn't continue to show that he's a good guy. Like, that he might relapse into the drugs, into the alcohol, and it's interesting seeing how when he is in that party scene, when he's at a party after he's in rehab, how that affects him, like how he's trying, how he has to take himself out of that situation, or otherwise he might worry that he might take that drink and that cycle will repeat itself. Like I guess for him, like he has to put his end to it otherwise. cycle will repeat. Like he will drink, which will go into him doing drugs, and then he'll be back in rehab, and then hating himself once more. Like, unless he puts a stop to it, it will never end. So yeah. So yeah. So far, I am liking this novel, and yeah. And I'm not sure what my plans are for tomorrow. I'm planning us to really stay home and just do some work and whatnot. So it's the next day, and I've just done some work, and I've done some reading, and now I'm on page 260. 264 of Daisy Jones and the Six, and I'm still liking this. Things have happened behind the scenes with Billy and Daisy's relationship. Like, it seems like it's going fine, like they're working together well and whatnot until something happens that kind of pushes them away from one another, and their band's on a break while like the album's in production. And what happens during the break seems to have made things worse between Billy and Daisy, because they're not communicating with one another. They're kind of speaking like with Graham or with one of the other members in the middle, like not talking directly to one another, and that does affect the dynamic of the band, especially when you have a journalist from the Rolling Stones come to see them, to do a piece on them, to kind of promote the album, and Daisy and Billy both let this get in the way. Like, Daisy unleashes like all of Billy's like dirt and everything that he did not want in the papers, that he did not want the fans of his music to know about, and Billy's like, in order to do, I guess, damage control, because the journalist is like, okay, tell me something and that's better than this, so that I don't publish this, and he's like, I hate Daisy Jones, I hate her guts. So yeah, it affects like the dynamic of the team, which is, man. And Billy, like, really and Honey, like, they kind of do something when in the production that this is the was of the band of, like, they changed the sound of the instruments. Like with Eddie, like, he realizes that when he's performing one song, he's gonna have to use an entire different guitar, and that upsets him. Like, they change the sound, or they remove the keys, or they affect it in a way that was of the band isn't the biggest fan of, and they're really upset about this because they did it without Billy and Henny and Artie, who's like the production guy. They did it without informing the rest of the band that they're gonna do this. Like, it's like they took control of the music, and the rest of the guys, like, or the people in the back who are just there to give the instruments. Like, they're not the center of this. So yeah, I can imagine why they're upset. But I am intrigued to see how this piece in the Rolling Stones as well will affect the band and the fans moving forward. How Daisy and Billy's relationship will worsen, because there's no going back from what they said to this reporter. Because Daisy had no right to tell the guy, like, about Billy's drug addiction, about the fact he was cheating on his wife on the first tour. Like, she had no right to do that. So yeah, there's a lot of intrigue on that part for me. So yeah, but yeah, for now I'm just gonna have some lunch, do some more work, and I'm thinking of going for a walk this afternoon, just because, I mean, today's supposed to be nice, Wednesday's rain all day, and then Thursday it will be fine, but it will be just cloudy, and today I think will be the only sunny day of this week. So yeah. So it's the next day, and I've just done some work and whatnot, and I've just had some lunch, and I've just finished Daisy Jones in the Six, and I like this a lot. I'm probably gonna give it a 4 stars just because I don't know if it's given a 4-star for me personally. I don't know. But we see like the I guess events that lead up to the band breaking up. Starting with like Billy kind of losing faith in himself to actually be able to produce a new album after the success that Aurora saw, because everyone's loving this album. Like, how can you top it? How can you make something better? Because I guess that's the thing with art. Like, you just try to get better and better at it, and it's like sometimes it just seems downright impossible. So, yeah. But as well, the producer Teddy that Billy was working with, he died from a heart attack, and Billy's also afraid because he's never produced an album without Teddy, so he doesn't know like how to move on in his like career without him, so that also scares him. And as well, like we do see the band breaking up, and we see like all of the events that lead up to this. It's not just what's happening with Daisy and Billy, but with Karen and Graham, who were in a, I guess Karen saw it in a very casual relationship. Graham, he was in love with her. He thought it was more serious than that. As well, we also see with Pete. He was considering leaving the band anyway for, I guess, a more normal, stable life with his girlfriend. So yeah, and I did also, I have to mention, I did like with Karen and Graham, like, Karen falls pregnant. Graham wants to keep the child, Karen doesn't, because this book does take place in the 70s, and I know things have changed now, and women and men, they don't have to give up anything to raise a child. But back then, women did have to give up their careers, their lives essentially, and be like a stay-at-home mom and take care of their child while the father was able to do whatever he liked to. So, in a way, like, Karen's life, if she had that child, would have ended. And anyway, she didn't want kids, and Graham just didn't accept that. And Karen, this book's been out for I think a decade, and a lot of people have read it, but I still don't want to spoil it. But anyway, she does make a decision, which before this it's probably very obvious what that decision was, and she doesn't tell Graham about it, and Graham is upset about it, and it just ruined, and it ends their relationship, and they just cannot be in the same room or even interact with one another. So there's that, and then things with Billy and Daisy to just guess like not collide, but I don't know what the proper term is, and I'm blanking on what I'm saying. I'm sorry. But Camilla can see that Billy isn't gonna do anything about Daisy, and Camilla, she's not worried that Billy will cheat on her again, but she still has to be wary of it because he did cheat on her in the past. Like, he might try and be a better man now, but he could also fall back, and Daisy brings out his worst impulses. So Camilla tells Daisy to leave the band, to leave all of this behind her and go and get help with her drug addiction. So yeah, that's what Daisy does. She does go into rehab and get sober, and you see how I guess like everyone was meant to be in the end, like this period of their lives, it was that exactly, it was this a small period, like they are all just trying to find themselves, find like what's a good career move in. Some of them, like, they do stay in the industry, like Karen is like a touring pianist, like she works with touring bands, and Eddie was like a recording producer. Billy wrote songs for pop artists and whatnot. So some of them are still in the music industry, and they don't have a toxic relationship with that. But some others, like, the music was like a period, a small period in their lives. Like, one of the members goes into real estate, and Graham owns a hot sauce company. Oh my god, Daisy, why did I blank out on her name? I'm sorry. But she like publishes books. She starts this, not fundraiser, but this, I guess like a campaign or revolution or whatever, and she travels and she's free of everything everyone expects of her. She does what she wants to do, and yeah. So yeah, a lot of interesting themes in this novel, and I did enjoy this, and yeah. And I think my next read will be Heaven Officials Plus Environment 2, which I'll probably start tomorrow. So it's the next day. I am so tired. I've had a long day today. And as you saw, I did go for a few walks. I was like, one of the errands I was helping my mom on. This happened to be like near the shoreline, so we went for a quick walk, like by some island park thing, and it was very beautiful. And yeah, I just enjoyed it. It was a very nice day. So yeah, fun. I did do some reading, and I did start Heaven Officials Blessing yesterday, where I read 10 pages. But I've done some more reading, and now I'm on page 94. And so far I'm like in Ching's and feeling like dynamic relationship a bit more. Like I think like there is a lot of chemistry and key moments between them and Swing and the last one. But to, I guess, recap what I've read so far is Shalane is kind of dealing with the aftermath of the case in Balloon, that's what I think it was, I don't remember exactly, but General P is trying to kind of get a little P of the whole kind of shift blame on Shalane being like, you and people who we think is, you and someone we think is watching this evil ghost, we're seeming to get quite close, and General P wants to interrogate that state preceptor of Banyu, which Little P confesses like he did everything, and it kind of destroys General P's plans, but nonetheless, Shalane is sent back to the mortal room. In fact, he has to go to the ghost room to investigate his case with someone he's met in the past, and there was like something in here that was quite interesting in a sense, like the gender of the gods matter in a sense, like the Wind Master, he shifts, I guess, into this like female form when he's in the mortal realm, because in the mortal realm the humans, in order for legends to make sense, they kind of like change their legend, so he's a female, so because he and his brother, they both ascended around the same time, and they kind of were like worshipped together, but worshipping tremendous distancing points, and so the humans think one of them has to be women, like it's like a more better balance. So what they do is they just change the legend, because the story, so the Windmaster's gender is female, and we see that happen with Lingran as well, because sexism is a thing, and people were like, how can a woman like be such a scholar, like that can't be a thing, she has to be a male. So it seems like the power the gods have, these heaven officials officials have depends on like what humans say, like humans have control over their narrative in the long term, I guess. So I'm like in that. yeah, Shelaine, the Windmaster, have to go to the Ghost Realm to kind of investigate the case, which is quite tricky, because the Ghost Realm and Heaven Realm have kind of like this peace within them. This, in a sense, like the officials in Heaven won't bother them, the Ghost won't bother Heaven, and everyone has minds their own business. So Shelaine and Windmaster have to go undercover, and they are with this other crown prince who kind of blows it, and we kind of see Shelaine and kind of meet once more with Huo Jing, and Huo Jing promises Shelaine that the next time they meet, Huo Jing will show him his true form, which he does, and yeah, there was a moment when they're kind of in this poker game, it's like a rolling dice to see who has the higher score. That was quite cute. So yeah, so far I am enjoying this. And yeah, and also when I was out today, I stumbled upon this free little library where I found this Arc of the Emperor and the Endless Palace by Dustin and Hong. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but it seems like this is like 3 timelines. In the year 4 BCE, an ambitious courtier is called upon to seduce the young emperor, but quickly discovers they are both ruled by blood, sex, and intrigue. In 1740, a lonely innkeeper agrees to help a mysterious visitor procure a rare medicine only to unleash an on otherworldly terror instead. And in present-day Los Angeles, a college student meets a beautiful stranger and cannot shake the feeling that they've met before. And across these seemingly unrelated timelines, woven together only by the twists and turns of fate, 2 men are reborn lifetime after lifetime, within the treacherous walls of an ancient palace and the boundless forests of the Asian wilderness, to the heart-pounding cement floors of an underground rave seems our lovers are instinctively drawn to each other, constantly tested by the worlds around. So it seems like it might explore past lives, current lives, that these 2 men are soulmates in every timeline they meet. So yeah, that does seem interesting, and that's quite cute. I read another book similar to this, I think. I want to say it was called Midwinter Blood by Marcus Cedric, which I enjoyed. It's similar in the sense that it's these 2 individuals who meet up in some timelines, like in different lives they have when they're reborn. So yeah, that was quite interesting. So yeah, so that was my day. So it's the next day, and I just got home from running some errands. I did some grocery shopping and whatnot, and I did go to JCPenney where I just bought this sweater. It was on clearance, so yeah, I know it's May, but still, it's a comfy sweater. And I have done some more reading of Heaven Officials Blessing Volume 2, and I'm on page 144, and I'm still liking it. Shelaine gets reunited with that boy from the first volume in The Mountain, the boy who he had like a human face disease, and it seems like he mutated his own face by cutting off those other faces, which it wasn't a cure back then when this disease was more common, but it's what people did, so they were so horrified by themselves, but it's still like they still mutated themselves, and some people they never physically healed from that, those wounds never closed, and this boy, he's now scarred. So, but Shilling offers to take him in as an orphan, and the boy goes by Langing. Ing is for Shang Ing, who's the girl who was taking care of him, and Ling was like a common surname in his kingdom. So yeah, so I'm hoping there's more Shilling and Linging together, but I'm not sure, just because the boy deserves like a father figure or something. Like, he's been through so much and he's just been alone for so long. So yeah, but Hongqing invites Chilling to his palace, and it's I like it a lot. Like their dynamic, like I don't know why it's this like not cuter, but it's like you're kind of like in their dynamic more because it's like a sweet like they're kind of it's almost like they're flirting with one another, like Shilling, not Shilling, I'm sorry, Hongqing, but now that he's like in his true form, like him flirting with Shilling, like is kind of Shilling, sorry, it's kind of like raising the level of his flirtations and the dynamics. So yeah, and Hongqing learns that with Shilling's cultivation style, he has to absent, kind of live a life of abstinence. Basically he can have some alcohol, but he cannot have a lot. He cannot have sex or anything of that. Sort of like he has to live a life of purity, basically, in order to cultivate. And this is how he is. This is how he's been and always has been. Like it's just how, I guess, how he's used to living his life. So yeah, that's interesting to see. Yeah. But yeah, and what is the Lord Wind Master, like him and Shilling kind of go down this like tunnel where it's like kind of like you fall through some trap doors and then end up in different places, and I guess it's determined where they end up based on like if they roll the correct dice roll. So yeah, so that was an interesting thing to experience because I went through some shit. That's the same. But yeah, I am intrigued and about what they will discover at the end of this tunnel. So yeah. But I do also one more thing is I do like how Shilling isn't sure if Hongqing's involved in what's going on with these heaven officials who are missing. So he's not saying anything to him, but Shilling he feels guilt about, I guess, betraying Hongqing's trust in this regard. Like Hongqing invited him into his palace, into the place where he resides. He's given Shilling a room, food, all that. Like he's been a good host, and Shilling is kind of like using that to kind of sneak around and investigate like what's going on in this residence. Like he feels guilty about lying, about hiding things from Hongqing. So, well, for some reason he keeps calling Shilling, which I guess is just because like that's just the name he's used to calling him, even in their previous meetings. So, yeah, so far I am liking it, and today the weather did take a bit of a turn just because it got much chillier. Like there's a bit of a wind and whatnot, but yeah. And I think for the rest of the day I'm just gonna do some work tomorrow. I'm just staying home, so it's the next day, and it's also gonna be the end of this vlog. But I did do some more reading of Heaven Officials Blessing Volume 2. I've just done some cleaning and whatnot, and I've not really done much. This is Saturday, so yeah. But I am on page 204, and I forgot what I said yesterday, but Shilling and the Windmaster, they go down some tunnel and they are able to find the Heaven Official who set off the alert, and it's the Earth Master who they rescue, and in the process they do burn down oh my god, Hongqing's plaza. I think I did say this yesterday, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, but Shilling and others, they do return to the Palace of Divine Matter and announce they found the Heaven Official, that he's not in a bad state, that Shilling, who put himself in between the battle between Hongqing and the Windmaster, he got his right arm got injured. Yeah, and one of the people he was with, I'm gonna have to look at the name because his name is Ling Q. I'm definitely butchered that name. I'm so sorry. But he was the prince of Ang'an, which is the kingdom that overthrew the Shanli kingdom and took over everything. He accuses Shilling of being the person who executed his entire family and for kind of pretending or impersonating the state president of Yong'an. Like, Shilling put himself under disguise apparently at one point to infiltrate that kingdom and get his revenge for everything he lost, which I don't know, might seem a bit out of character just because he is someone who does try to do good for people, but I mean, he did lose everything he ever knew, and I think this would have happened maybe after he fell from heaven. I'm not entirely sure, but he Shilling doesn't deny any of his accusations, and John, who's like the emperor of heaven, he's like, put him under house arrest, I will interrogate him later, and that's what happens. And Hu for some reason, somehow, just decides like to break into heaven and take Shilling out. Like, it's like, no asking mission, but I don't know what it would be, but yeah, Shilling. But yeah, I did find it funny because Shilling, he feels bad about burning down Hu Jing's residence, and he thinks Hu Jing kidnapped him essentially for payback, for revenge. And so Shilling is apologizing, and Hu Jing is like, why the heck are you apologizing? You were injured because of my sword, so... Yeah, but... yeah, that was interesting, but... something I want to mention is... This was interesting anyway, because I did take a note. Is, when it is discovered by the other officials in heaven that Shilling is missing, that he was taken, kidnapped, or whatever, they go to his palace where they discover the dice that he accidentally took from Hu Jing in the whole gambling thing, and Wang Zhen and Mu King, they find the dice in his room and they're rolling a bunch of times and doors are opening up, and I do like how these dice, they are being used like, I mean, rolling dice, it's a game of chance, you don't know the outcome, and I like how these dice kind of determine your fate, where you end up and what door you open up. Like, I just think that's just like a fun idea that Mozang Tong Shifu in there, so yeah, I'm liking that. But also, sorry, I was trying to delete that note from my phone. By the way, Ling King, I'm gonna butcher it, I'm sorry. Anyway, he finds Shilling. Somehow he takes the dice from those two and rolls the white one, the white duo, I guess. And for some reason, he keeps wanting his revenge by dueling Shilling, and he won't want until Shilling agrees. Like, Ling King, who sends in one Shilling banished from heaven or and have any punishment. All he wants is this duel to get his revenge in this way, and that's it. A duel to the death, essentially. Shilling's like fine, but Ling King uses the word weapon, and Shilling, he hasn't used his sword in a very long time, like he's just essentially stopping the swordman. His sword master, I think it is, I don't know. So he uses his right weapon, Roly, which I think is the name of it, and kind of has it like hides up around Ling Q's like, and go and have him fall, which essentially means that Shilling wins, and Ling King is this kind of man who thinks any man who gives up his sword, who doesn't fight with a sword, he's not a man whatsoever, like he's a weakling or something worse. So there's that, but yeah, so far I'm enjoying this book, this volume, so yeah. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below telling me what you've been up to recently. If you want to, please subscribe to this channel, and if you want to follow me on any social media, all those links are in the down bar below. I will see you guys next time I post a video.